Well, let's get back to the phone lines. Adrian's a Spurs fan. Adrian, dire performance today. But what was... first and foremost, I'll let you speak. What did you make of it?
Darren, what did I make of it? Well, where do I start? We never play well when we go to Arsenal, and we never really look that good at the Emirates, whichever team. Whenever we play with Pochettino's team when we were riding high, we have never played there. But today, I've never been so embarrassed to be a Tottenham fan. And everybody coming on saying, Levy out and Nick has got to go and Nuno's got to go, etc. There's one man to blame for all of this, and that's Harry Kane and Harry Kane's brother. I don't know what he's done to our club, and I never, ever thought I would hear myself say something like this, but I don't want to watch Harry Kane in a Tottenham shirt anymore. I really don't.
You can't blame Harry Kane though, Adrian, for Daniel Levy not accepting 130 odd million. That's not Kane's fault.
I can blame Harry Kane, and here's how I blame him. Right.
Go on.
So basically, he came out immediately the season finished. In fact, before the season even finished, before the cup final, and said he wants to leave Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. At that point, there he devalues himself, because right then Manchester City are thinking, right, we'll force this move through now because Kane wants to leave, so we'll offer 110, 120 million, which they offered for Jack Grealish. Kane is worth more than that. We all know he was worth more than that. But by doing what he did, he disrespected the club, he disrespected the legendary status he had there, he devalued himself, and Levy dug his heels in. And now what we've got is somebody that's sulking, that doesn't want to be there, and he's roaming around when he's earning £250,000 a week from our club. That £250,000 a week should go to doctors and nurses on the front line, not someone that's sulking because they couldn't get a move to a bigger club. I don't want to see him in a Spurs shirt again.
So you're Nuno, and you're coming up against Aston Villa in a couple of weeks. Do you bench him, or do you have him out the squad completely?
100% I bench him. I leave him on the bench, and I don't bring him on, and I make him realise that Tottenham Hotspur and the badge of Tottenham Hotspur is bigger than him, and it's bigger than anyone that's ever played for our club. Leave him on the bench and bring in someone that wants to play for us.
Adrian, great call there. Spurs fans, the phone lines are going crazy as they are, but you just heard what Adrian said. He'd bench him, he wouldn't play him. Daz, would you bench him?
No.
Absolutely not.
No,
I wouldn't either.
It'll come good. You know he'll come good. Once he does get his head round, which it should be there already, but once his head's there and he thinks, it's one goal, we'll take one goal. You know what it's like, a centre for one goal. And as Faye said, in the second half, he tried everything. So I understand the point that the caller was trying to make, but I'm not benching him, no.
Just shows you, though, doesn't it? It won't take much for Tottenham fans to turn on Harry Kane. If results keep going against them, if he keeps not scoring goals, the fact he was so public about his desire to leave Manchester City,
that's the thing.
That will come back and haunt him.
Well, listen, Chris is an Arsenal fan. Chris, you must be delighted with the team's performance today.
Hello, evening, guys.
Evening, thanks for calling in.
Yeah, thank you. Fantastic performance. Really, really happy with the result. I was just saying to my mate that beginning of the season, first 3 games, absolute shambles, but I always looked at the team that he was fielding. Now we've got the likes of Tomiyasu in, Ben White after COVID, Ramsdale in goal has been fantastic, by the way. It really does look like Arteta's team, and is really going forward with it now. Not getting too carried away, but I really like what I see.
Do you know what, Chris? You say not to get carried away, but listen, when you look at the first 3 games of the season, Arsenal were the laughing stock, weren't they? It was awful. The first 3 games, no goals scored, we'd conceded, and it looked bleak. And obviously, I know a lot of Spurs fans, they were sitting top of the table at the time. But you're right in terms of when you start looking at the spine of the Arsenal team, and you go Ramsdale in goal, character, Ben White, Gabriel, you've got Partey there if he can stay fit. You've got Odegaard, Smith Rowe, Aubameyang up the top end of the pitch. It's starting to come together.
Openly, I was really critical of Ramsdale, because just naturally you associate Ramsdale with Sheffield United, who are the worst Premier League team in history. But completely wrong.
No. Listen, that could be Norwich, but I'll let you continue.
Yeah. The fans, my mistake. The fans have been fantastic with him, even though he got so much stick when he signed. He's been great to the fans, have been acting up to them, and to be fair, his performances have backed it up. One thing I will say, though, is Tomiyasu, what a defender. I haven't really seen much of him going forward, but as a defender, absolutely phenomenal, and you could see Ramsdale applauding him on a couple of occasions in today's game.
Yeah, you certainly can. Listen, great call there again, Chris. It's crazy, isn't it? Can you think about the flip side in terms of how it was Arsenal at the start of the season, Spurs at the start of the season to now?
Yeah, of course you can, yeah. But like the caller said, after the first 3 games, you can't get too carried away. There's 3 more. Listen, it's massively disappointing, we can tell by the callers, but it's 3 games, 3 terrible games. Hopefully the form changes.